Okay, so this is just a short video showing the difference between a punch and a 90. So we're just going to watch some clips from the All Black game, and then we'll look to analyse it and see how the forwards are running off 9 at those breakdowns.
Argentina match. Robbie Henshaw obviously still not fit enough to play. Ball in behind to Sexton from Stander, and here's Bundyaki. He's got 3 outside, and one of them is Peter O'Mahony trying to break through the gap. Over the halfway line he goes. New Zealand up really quickly. Look at the carry from James Ryan, back on his feet as well.
In this clip here, we can see a punch has been called. So we're punching back, and these are all forwards. So we've got 1, 2, 3 forwards there, and then we have Sexton in the back, in the boot area. So what's happening here is we have a sort of a diamond shape. Okay, so that positioning is the front guy is a 1, inside him is the minus, and outside him is the plus, and that's sort of our standard setup. And that's our punch. We're going against play, so we're coming back this way, and that means it's a punch back. If the forwards were going around the corner, that would be a 90, and we'll come back to that in a sec. So they're punching back, and it's a forward setup with a minus player, a 1 player, and a plus player. From this position here, the 1 has a couple of options. So his main options are he can just carry hard, okay, trying to put feet on it and maybe get to this outside shoulder, or he can tip it on to the plus guy who's running an unders line. Okay, so he runs an unders line. Or he can catch it and pass it out the back door to the boot, and that's called a blocker. That's blocker. Okay, so we got those 3 options from our punch setup. So we got 1 guy just running hard, or he can tip it on to the plus guy, or pass it back door on a blocker play, and our 10 is our boot runner. He's in there in the back door. Okay, in this particular play, can you remember what happens? Does 1 carry, or does he tip it on, or do they go blocker play? Let's play it out.
Go back, go, check your run. Not fit enough to play. Ball in behind to Sexton from Stander, and here's Bundyaki. He's got 3 outside, and one of them is Peter O'Mahony trying to break through the gap. Over the halfway line he goes.
So as you watch the next sequence of play, can you tell, is this a punch or is this a 90 play? And these players here, what are they? What are these players here? What's their positions? What are their options? Okay, so you certainly need thinking about this, because this is how our play, this is our setup as well. We're doing the same setup as the Irish team. We'll have players in that sort of formation, and then it's up to us to make the call. And if you can remember from the last play, the options that we have, we've got a little tip on, a 1 that carries hard, or maybe a blocker play.
New Zealand up really quickly. Look at the carry from James Ryan, back on his feet as well.
In this last sequence of play, we're just going to watch the Ireland as they move into the opposition 22. They start to play same way. Okay, so we have that punch which they're looking to set up now. At any stage, Sexton can call zip, and he's just going to get the ball. Miss the forwards altogether, but typically forwards are working same way. So we'll just watch this through and hopefully see a couple of good examples of 90s. Okay, Sexton's made his way into the 22. Forward's going to start working same way, and this is our 90s. So you can see the forward's working around on a 90. It's same way attack. Same setup, still got a 1 at the front with a minus on the inside. That was Keane Healy on the minus, adding momentum. And they go same way again, 1 tip on to Tig. And at this stage, they've run out of space. So what are they going to do? Forwards will punch back. So that's the end of the 90 sequence. They'll punch back. They won't go to that 15-meter mark. Okay, so let's just recap on what we've gone through there and what we've hopefully learned. So the first thing is that we know the difference between a 90 and a punch. Okay, that's the most important thing. What's the difference between a 90 and a punch? Knowing that a 90 is a same way attack with the forwards, but a punch is coming back against play with the same setup forwards, a 1, a minus and a plus with our boot runner out the back. 2, understanding our options. So when we get into that stage and we have that sort of diamond formation with our 1 leading, minus and plus, and then we'd have a boot runner, which is our 10. That 1 can run hard, or he can tip it on with the plus guy kind of running that unders line, or out the back from 1 to 10, and that's our blocker play. Okay, so there are main things that we wanted to get from that video. Hopefully that's helped, and looking forward to developing those ideas and adding stuff on as we go along.